In light of Independence Day, we are headed toward a historic place not far from the church at all. There's also attached to this, I think, a sacredness. The fight for freedom is a sacred fight. And at times, that fight has to take on spiritual qualities. There is a struggle for religious freedom too. And that's part of our history here also as a country. Good morning, everyone. I'm at Fort Dorchester, only 5 miles from where we sit this morning. It's a beautiful place, quiet place. No big significance with the Revolutionary War, except it was inhabited by the Patriots, led by one of my heroes of that war, Francis Marion. The Swamp Fox stood probably where I'm standing here today. This whole battle for independence actually was a two-front war, and I'll explain that to you in just a second. So this is what's left of the old church at Fort Dorchester. 1750, this bell tower was put together. It is unbelievable, the engineering and the arches and all that went into that in 1750, and it still stands today. Just a few miles from here and only 30 miles from Charlestown, in a little tiny place called Jacksonboro, the General Assembly for the state met to decide how they were going to do a government in revolution, in rebellion against Britain. It was like they were thumbing their nose at the British, just in the shadow of Charlestown. Nope, we're going to meet and we are going to become a society independent from you. I mentioned a two-front battle. There was the independence struggle, the liberty struggle that we all know about, and there were some key Baptist leaders involved in the background behind that. Such dissenters as Richard Furman, who was the pastor of the Baptist church in Charlestown at that time, who was very outspoken, and later Furman University was founded in his name. Others like Backus and Leland were Baptists too. The other theme going on at the same time was a battle, believe it or not, for religious freedom. Most of the colonies quickly adopted a state church policy. For instance, this and Virginia had taxes that went to the Anglican church. So if you were some other faith, you still had to pay taxes to the Anglican church. So that became a dissenting point also for people like Backus and Leland. Some were jailed, some were whipped, some were beaten as pastors because they were not qualified to be publicly preaching, but they did it anyway. And so by the end of the war, when the Constitution was ratified and we got our freedom, we also received religious freedom. And so we sit in a Baptist church today standing on the shoulders of so many who paid a price, who went before us. God bless you, and God bless America.